Ho, 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 Forrest. How are you?
Merry Homus. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm good, mate. I'm good. We're back together just as a twosome.
It's just the two of us, mate. And this
Just the two of us.
Oh, I can make my drama too. It's actually been ages. It's actually been so long since, because obviously, from a listener perspective, it's been long. But even for us, we've been recording these for the last month, and literally haven't done one together since before a special one that you've not even heard yet. You're going to hear one in January with our new friend Tom, who was in Aquaman,
which came out about a week ago now. No, a few days ago in some countries as well.
Yeah, so we've got an interview with a body double who features in that film, and that'll be released in January. She's so excited about that.
So excited. What we'll do, probably, dear listener, as well, at the end of this, we'll talk to you about what's going on for the next few weeks. Obviously, it's that weird time in terms of content creators out there. We want to give ourselves a break because it is the festive season. So we'll go through some dates and stuff to make sure about uploads. But yeah, that one is one that's coming up in January that I'm very excited about. But today, we were just going to...
hold on a bit. What are you? Are you drinking your Christmas beveragino?
Oh God, you talked about something. This is a format we introduced about a year ago and never did again.
No, but it's Christmas.
You just went straight in there. You've got a Bailey's. I've just got a San Pellegrino because 3 hours ago I was drinking home brews. So I've tried to sober myself up a little bit.
Oh, well, literally, you spent the last 2 weeks going, well, Forrest, we've got to have a drink because it's a Christmas one. So I've got, you might hear, can you hear that I've got a cold?
A little bit, mate, a little bit.
You can kind of hear it. So you'll hear that I've got a cold. And even in my cold, I went, you know what, I'm going to go for a lovely Bailey's. So I'm drinking, I love the look of a Bailey's.
You like Bailey's, don't you? You're a Bailey's kind of guy.
Oh, I love a bit of Baileys. It warms the cockles, mate. It warms.
I thought you were going to say it warms the cock.
Yeah, well, it depends where you put it.
For a cold drink, it warms your cock. That's what it does.
Yeah, I'd say I'm drinking it in the wrong place. That's.
No, I'm having a San Pellegrino. I had some drinks earlier, which made me slightly merry, and then I got home and I realised that we hadn't really eaten as well for the whole rest of the day, so I've had to eat, and I feel actually okay. I could probably go get a beer right now, but I'm also trying to save it because obviously this is happening after Christmas in terms of you do listen. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas day, by the way, but we haven't had it yet, and I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to save myself as well. I'm trying not to eat too much. Last year, mate, I went too far. I don't know if you remember last year when we did our Instagram live, I had a whole bottle of red wine. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, yeah. Was that this time last year?
That was this time last year, yeah.
What, together in person when we did it?
No, we did it over Zoom. We did it over Zoom, but we did it with Instagram live. And I was getting drunk on Instagram live.
What's your plan for this Christmas this year? You with your family?
Everyone's coming in.
I'd hopefully you're with your family, but
yeah.
I'd say goodbye to Rach and the kids, isn't it?
I'm just buggering off. I'm getting in the car. I'm just driving up the M6.
I'm driving away for Christmas. So you've got everyone at yours. How many are you hosting?
So we'll have in total 8 here, and I'm cooking. I'm going to be put through my paces this year. I've done it once before. This will be the second time I've done it. But I've got an introduction of the air fryer now. So we got an air fryer about 3 weeks ago. And mate,
are you on the air fryer craze? Oh,
mate, it's changed the game.
We and by the way, sorry listeners, we will get into some content. Me and Matt haven't spoke together. I feel like I haven't actually spoke to you for ages.
We haven't. No.
So you've got an air fryer. That's amazing news. Honestly, what's my favourite? Chips, homemade chips in the air fryer. The crisp.
It's crazy. It's I've literally just roasted some butternut squash because I was going to try it out for Boxing Day. And mate, it just changes the game. So I've got like this 9 kilograms. I've got 2 trays, right? 2 trays with two separate temperatures, all that kind of stuff. So I've got, I hate to flex about my oven, but I've got 2 ovens.
Oh yeah, right.
It's a range master, everybody. Gas oven. Came with the house, I had to get it. All right. So I've got these ovens, I've got my air fryers, and I'm good to go. Plus a microwave if I need it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Matt, mate. There's only, 7 people you said?
Yeah, my gas bill's going to go way up.
Whoa.
Electric bill, it's going to spike.
That is mad. And then Rach family, your family is coming round, or?
Yep. Both sides.
Both sides, Christ, yeah, you go. You really go hell for leather every Christmas, you do, don't you?
We're going for
both sides.
We're going for it.
Wow. We yeah, my one's a little bit more sedate. There's only 5 of us for Christmas Day around my mum's, because the grandparents are backed out. But Boxing Day is the day where me and Soph are hosting for the first time. But we're hosting 11 people. But we are doing a buffet, mate. We're doing a post-Christmas buffet, because I was like, not being funny. Between us, we're not cooking for 11 people. That'd be wild.
Do you know who I've got coming over Boxing Day?
Oh, is it Shah?
It is. It's Shah. Shah's coming over. Shah, who was just in our previous episode of Krampus. If you haven't listened to it, dear listener, do give it a good listen. But yeah, she'll be coming here, probably being all shady and whatnot.
Oh my God, you're hosting 2 days, mate.
I know, but it's only Shah, innit?
Oh, is it literally just Shah coming around?
Well, currently I think it is Shah and then a few other people kind of like fleeting in, but I think Shah's kind of the constant.
Oh my God, mate, that is. You're having it. Have you done your shop yet? Or are you going this week?
We've done the shop. Yesterday was the shop, but I've got to get some. This is the thing again, dear listener. We are not talking about anything Marvel right now, but
we'll get it.
When you get close to Christmas, this close to Christmas as well, so we're only a few days from Christmas, but like we've done the shop, and when everything came in, we've got things that I'm like, we don't really need this, but what I've just done, it's Christmas, I'm going to get it anyway. But there's also things that I have clearly, integral things that I've forgotten. Like we're about to run out with Fairy Liquid. I need some Fairy Liquid. We're about to run out of simple like essentials that I haven't accounted for. So I've now got to go and do the bits and bobs shop. I don't know if other people do that. Just going out on Christmas Eve, you've got to go Tesco and get a few bits and bobs. So I've got to do that tomorrow. Yeah.
Because we're doing a buffet, we've got to get all the fresh stuff tomorrow. So we're going for the salad, but I am very fearful of the traffic because this week things on Facebook for where we live has just been absolutely nuts, mate.
We were out in it today, and it is bad. It's bad. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that tomorrow, but yeah, we've got the Tesco and then we've got the house clear up. Big moments ahead, mate. But
it's exciting. Well, dear listener, you would have had your Christmas by now, so I hope it's been absolutely delightful and you're filled to the brim with Christmasness. So let's just carry on with the festivities, won't we? And we will just go with a festive, holiday-themed monthly news roundup episode. Let's go.
And here we are. This is the monthly news roundup. Might also feature highlights, might not feature highlights.
Well, that's what it was meant to be originally. It was meant to be just a highlights episode. We were just going to kind of like review the year and do a little thing at the end, and I was going to do kind of loads of clips and stuff, but we just had a huge piece of news that was dropped only a few days ago for us, but would have been a week ago by now. But like, Jonathan Majors found guilty.
Found guilty, no longer alleged.
No longer alleged.
He is, and oh my God, I don't know if you go on Twitter, now X, formerly Twitter, we have to say now, don't we? Yeah. But honestly, some of you just get crazy people in the world now. I'm like, the judge had made their verdicts. we will never know what went on in that court case. We will never know the full extent of what was said, what was done. So people trying to claim whatever side on it on Twitter as if they're, party to all of the information that within this case is just mad. Yeah. He's guilty. It's disappointing, incredibly disappointing, infuriating that he thought that was the way to go. But from our perspective, I suppose it's more about looking what do Marvel do out of this.
I think from this point onwards, I'm not really interested in talk about him as a person. It's more about the implications for this, for Marvel going forward. And I think obviously for us, I'm sure you're agreeing with that. In terms of what we'll probably focus on now is what will happen to Marvel Studios beyond it, and not really focus too much on him himself. And so. That's the thing. So people will be talking about what's going to happen going forward for Kang. Now, currently, there's been no official news that has broken in terms of the date of where we are at now on the 22nd of December. But things might have moved on from the 27th when this episode would get dropped. There's recasting, going around the left, right, and centre through the fandom. Loads of people are kind of like looking at Jonathan Boyega. Is it Jonathan Boyega? Boyega, yeah. Who
I believe has already counted himself out.
Yeah, I think he very much went.
Within seconds, he was like, no, not interested.
There's rumours again out there that the title's going back to Avengers 5. Kang Dynasty is getting out of it, but I've also heard reports around that they're sticking to Kang Dynasty and they're just going to recast it. So let's go with our thoughts. Forrest, what do you think they should do from this point onwards?
I think scrap the recast idea. I don't think it works. I think for any actor, from an actor's point of view, you don't want to step into the shoes of someone who's done their bit halfway through it and then bring a completely different, vision to that character. Likewise, you certainly don't want to come in and replicate somebody else's work. No. So I think for an actor, it becomes very messy. Now, yes, there's been examples where this has happened before. I get that. Completely on board with that. However, I would argue that it has never happened to a role quite like this. This is a role that is integral to the entire universe of MCU. He is featured, or the character is featured in numerous films and various IP of Marvel. So it's slightly bigger than most recasts that we've had before. Most recasts will just be, let's say, an Iron Man character that we've had before. So I think for that's one side of it. The other side of it is that I think that actually for a long time Marvel have had to correct multiple faults that they've made in the last couple of years. So this actually gives them a great opportunity to scratch some of the things that they were working on, rethink, take some time to recalibrate, and redesign the future of the MCU. And I also think the one of the rumors I've seen, which I think they are going to do, is that Secret Wars will be a two-parter, and the second part of it will take over the Kang Dynasty, or what would have been the Kang Dynasty. Matt, your thoughts?
I think that's a really sound thing for them to do. Now, I'll kind of split it into two. What I think they will do is that I think they will recast the character. What I want them to do is that I want them to focus on the opportunity of capitalizing over the story that they've just told of Loki, and to use the story of Loki now holding all of these multiversal timelines as now a premise for Avengers 5. Not to say that he should be the villain. I really don't think he should be the villain. He has proven himself to be a god and a hero now. But I think he should definitely be the central point of that. Now, I think what they could probably do as well, they've got opportunities to have a standalone separate villain for Avengers 5. They've got an opportunity to really focus on other people's stories, whether that's introducing X-Men, whether that's talking about introducing Young Avengers. I don't know. They've got opportunities with Avengers 5 to tell something new that could spur off into other things. The other thing I'm thinking about as well is that they're in early developments currently in the script development for Spider-Man 4.
Yes.
And I wonder whether this is an opportunity to pay something interwoven from Avengers 5 going into Spider-Man 4. I think you're right. I think maybe splitting Secret Wars into a two-parter is actually quite a good idea. That is a huge story. That is a huge story. And if you are given the opportunity to do it as a two-parter, I would advise doing that, because it's such a good story and it can hold its weight in two parts, I think. But I think they'll recast it, mate. I think they'll just go for the quick out.
The only recast which wouldn't actually be a recast. So one of the things I think they could do, and I don't know how they would do it, but this is superhero. These are comics. Anything can happen, right? Essentially anything is possible. They can find a thread somehow. What I would do is find a way in Deadpool to confuse somewhat what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so that we can bring in the High Evolutionary and we can bring him back, and that becomes Kang.
He was great.
He was sensational.
He really was.
And an incredible threat. And I think the only way for me that they can actually do a recast wouldn't be a typical recast. It would just be that a previous villain uses the entity of Kang. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that happens. And Deadpool 3 seems like the most logical, because Deadpool would be the one to mix up the multiverse, and something could quite conceivably happen which confuses who Kang is, right? And Deadpool, and I think we said this. I think we said it with Lee ages ago, with Deadpool 3, when we first found out about Jonathan Majors, where we said about Deadpool 3 making a kind of, oh, you're Kang now joke, which doesn't in a way that doesn't offend or bring in anything. It's more about the writing of it. Yeah,
it reminds me of when they recast Rhodes.
Yes,
exactly. Don Cheadle coming in going, hi, yes, it's me, I'm here, get over with it, let's get on with it, with the plot. Effectively, it was kind of like a nod to the audience, but also a nod to the character as well, like something like that, just to go, we're running with this, off we go. The other thought I had was going back to Loki. He spent those centuries, learning about the loop. So what if during that period he also then took out every Kang?
Yeah.
I'm worried about this. I'm worried that they'll just kind of in a line going, Loki's, somebody goes to Loki, oh, where's Kang? Oh, I got rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I got rid of them ages ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that might be a quick, like, oh no, let's say Loki did it, because he could have done, because there's a huge time gap there.
Could be a way that we get Sylvie back, because could it be, that scene that we kept on watching where Sylvie goes to kill Kang, tries to kill Kang, and then Loki stops her over and over and over again. What they could easily do is bring in another bit of scene there, which enables Sylvie to kind of take that throne on Loki's behalf. So Loki's like, right, okay, you're gonna, I'll be the end of the universe, Kang, but you'll be the, you can oversee while I'm holding on to all the different universe threads.
This is the thing. A lot of people have been saying, like, Marvel Studios is officially dead. It's officially over. With all this happening with Jonathan Majors, it's the final nail in the coffin for the MCU. It's like, these are things that happen in real life. This is something that's affected, people, the victim involved as well. Like, these are real lives we're talking about. And this happens. Adjustments can be made to anything, and I think this is an opportunity for Marvel again to take stock and to go, okay, what do our audiences want? They've been listening about, talking about quality now over quantity. We're seeing less projects coming out. This is not another opportunity to reflect for them as an enterprise. And look, this is the thing. It happens. Don't be one of those people that says it's dead. Like, don't. Why would you say that? Do you know what I mean? I get so tiresome of people like this. Like, just shut up. Look, you're the person that's still gonna watch it. Do you know what I mean?
And also people making out it's got anything to do with Marvel.
Yeah, I mean that's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
you can't. You're going to hire. They've got to hire actors, and they're not. And people are people, right? You don't know who you're gonna hire the next murderer. Do you know? You're never going to know who an actor. An actor is still a person, and there's no possible way that an organisation like Marvel or Disney are ever going to know that actor turns out to be a knob. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, talking about that, have you heard the news about Vin Diesel?
No. Is it? No, go on.
So Vin Diesel has been accused of sexual battery in a lawsuit by his former assistant, and this happened on the original set for Fast and Furious. So he very much at the possible beginnings of another Jonathan Majors, but I think he's just been accused for now, so there's no. Right. I don't think there's any case against him as of yet. But yeah, something else to watch. But again, this is not. Like you say, you can't say Marvel is dead. It's got nothing to do with Marvel.
No.
Marvel might be dead, and its recent films might be crap, but that's got absolutely nothing to do with this specific story. So
yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Right, I tell you what. Let's move on to a couple new bits of news as well.
Let's talk some exciting stuff,
Let's
Matt.
talk about something exciting.
Let's get upbeat for Christmas.
Let's bloody do it. I tell you what. It's been a really festive treat so far. I haven't watched it. I'm going to say you said this yourself. From now on, from this point onwards, anything that comes out that's particularly from a Disney Plus series, I'm now not going to watch and wait till we get that point.
I'm banning myself.
So, speaking of which, What If Season 2 has premiered today. So it is officially out from this point onwards, and we've had the first episode. And I think it's with it's not Gamora, Nebula joining the Nova Corps. I think that's the first episode. So I'm interested to see what it's like. I'm not going to, obviously haven't seen it. I'm not going to review it. But I'm excited to know what it's like. I've always liked the first series, so I'm really excited to see the second one. I think there's going to be some really good moments. I think it's going to be really great concepts. And I'm interested to see whether they continue playing with the thread of what happened with the Watcher in the previous series as well. Yeah.
So we got What If 2. I'm excited about it. I didn't quite enjoy the first series, but also I wouldn't say I'm its target demographic. Yeah. However, a lot of that was done during COVID, if not all of it. And likewise, I'm looking forward we'll be catching up quite quickly when we get back to Marvel next year. So I'm looking forward to this. But I'm even more so, Matt, looking forward to, and it would have released by the time we next have a podcast out, is Echo.
Yes.
Echo
January,
is on its way. January the 9th. So that will be out 5 episodes, and it will release all episodes at once.
Isn't it amazing what a trailer does? We were honestly not, I want to say, a couple months ago, well, I mean especially in August, when we were all reviewing Hawkeye and talking about the reveal of Echo and that strange turn to the camera still bemuses me. But what a shift that makes. Nobody really was excited for this a few months ago, and then all of a sudden, when we got the trailer that dropped, it looks hard hitting. It looks gory. It looks like it's going within the thread of the Netflix Daredevil. It's got Daredevil in it. We've got a whole story arc with Wilson Fisk. Like there are interests, I think, definitely from both parties of us. Like I think so. I'm really keen to see what it's going to be like. It's made me want to watch Daredevil, the Netflix series, all over again from the start. But I don't think I ain't got time for that.
But we do. But it also reminds me we need to do The Boys. I want to watch The Boys, and I need to watch Gen V? What's the new?
Gen V.
Yeah, Gen Z is the term, isn't it?
No, Gen Z is the younger generation to us, isn't it?
Sorry, did you just have a stroke?
You have.
Jenny. Yeah, Gen Z is
all the Gen
people
Zers right now are laughing at us. That is what's happening right now.
Absolutely pissing themselves at two
bloody
people. I don't know what we're. I don't know what. I don't know what we're called. Well, I mean, you're 70s.
We're millennials.
So millennials.
It gets older. You are going older. You go, oh yeah, Matt, you're in your 40s. So, and literally last week, a couple weeks ago, we had Succulent Theatre on, and you were saying I'm in my 50s. Now you're saying I'm 70, mate. Pick an age.
No. As in born in the 70s.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay. Born in the 70s.
Okay.
Nearly 50 then. Yeah, all right.
You know, you were shaking your head when Thatcher got rid of the mines, mate. Yeah, I couldn't bloody believe it. That has got to be the most niche political
really is.
reference of it. Any international or Gen Z person who listens to this, like, who and what did Forrest just say?
That has completely divided our viewership right there.
Like, what?
The fuck?
But I know my cousin Echo. Pete will enjoy that little reference. Anyway, carry on.
Echo. All very exciting. So yeah, let's. I tell you what. Let's give a rundown on the things that are coming out in 2024. Not many projects from Marvel, but the ones that we are getting. Obviously, we all know that the only movie that's dropping in 2024 would be Deadpool 3, scheduled to be released in July. We've got January for Echo. That will be dropping January 10th, I think. We've got Freshman Year of Spider-Man, the animated series, which is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which is to be announced on the date, but it will be coming out in 2024. We've also, you're right there, rubbing your nose. He's getting a cold. He's getting a cold, everyone.
Oh, mate.
We've got X-Men 97 that's being dropped, another animated series. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be hella nostalgic for me. I grew up with watching like 90s X-Men, so that's spring 2024. We've got Agatha, Darkhold Diaries. Halloween 2024, which is scheduled.
I'm looking forward to. I think that's one of my top ones I'm looking forward to. I loved the character of Agatha.
Yeah. And we've got Audrey Plaza that's been introduced as well into it, which is she's always given me kind of witchy vibes anyway, like Parks and Rec. So I think she's going to nail it. And
also Sacha Baron Cohen, isn't he making an appearance in that?
Oh, I don't know if that's confirmed. Is that confirmed?
Oh, I don't know. I was doing the rounds about Sacha being the
Mephisto, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mephisto. That's the one.
Yeah. But the final one that's been not announced but rumored is a series, an animated series. I think it's an animated series. The Eyes of Wakanda, which will be dropping in Disney Plus. But that's something that I've just seen that's been rumoured over the past week, but that hasn't been announced or anything. So that might be or might not be coming out in 2024. But mate, that's it. That's not many things, is it? That's not a lot.
It's a quite old year for Marvel next year.
I enjoy that. I'm genuinely relaxed by that.
But do you know what we do have next year? Non-Marvel.
Yeah.
But our good friends at DC are busy because Joker 2 with Lady Gaga comes out.
You can bet your bottom dollar we're reviewing that.
I can't wait. Sorry, I'm looking to the side. Sophie has just come in. And are you crying because of what you're just seeing down there? You've just finished. She's just finished Gilmore Girls and is crying.
Welcome to the review of the final of Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls, but she's also very sad sad in a happy way because she just looked down and Peggy was lying on a hat.
Aww.
She was just sleeping on a hat. Yeah, she's
Peggy, little mascot, little Don't Be Here podcast mascot.
Honestly, she loves this podcast more than our listeners do. She's far more loyal.
Every week.
Every single week. But yeah, so we got Joker 2, which I'm so excited for that. I think that'd be great. I loved the first one. Looking forward to the second one. Don't know what other DC projects next year. Do you know any other DC projects? That
sounds like something to.
I've absolutely had you there, haven't I?
You really did. You really did. Oh gosh, I don't know. I think that's it, to be honest.
I think that is Joker 2, and then Superman Legacy after that in 2025. So it's a quite old year for DC. Someone gone to the toilet, or is that your air fryer?
If that was my air fryer, I would be worried.
So how much olive oil are you sticking in your air fryer? Just
get a drink.
Okay, I love it. Hello, H. There are some really good films coming out next year, though, right? In general, outside of Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
So, did you know we're getting another? What's the whispery
Marvel
one?
Studios are busy. Hang on.
What's that?
Sony Studios are busy, aren't they? Sorry, they just reminded me.
Oh yeah, they are. The quiet one, the last one. No, what's the oh my god, what's the John Krasinski? They've got to be silent.
Oh.
The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Quiet Place 3. I didn't even know there was. I didn't even know there was going to be a follow up, but that's coming out next year.
What?
Gladiator 2. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes comes out next year, which I can't wait for. Do you like the Planet of the Apes series?
I'm not a massive fan.
Oh my god!
I kind of put that in the Transformers bracket.
Shut up!
Too many editions, re-editions. Not sure what I'm watching.
Matt, no. Not but the Planet of the Apes, the newest universe of that. That's cinematic. That's immense.
That's what people said about Avatar 2, mate, and it was crap.
I mean, if you're putting Planet of the Apes, the newest trilogy, in the same boat as Avatar 2, then I mean, this podcast might finish in 2023.
And that was the last episode. No, we've got talk about Joker 2. We've also got Kraven the Hunter that's coming out.
Oh God!
I think August next year. Why are you godding that now?
Kraven the Hunter. It looks awful, man.
Now the problem is, it is. I think you're right. It's not gonna be great because quite simply they have cast the wrong person. Okay, they have cast the wrong. Aaron Johnson should not be playing Kraven. I'm sorry, Aaron Johnson. You're not Kraven. All right, there are far more capable actors that fit the physique, the stoicness. Look at Kraven in Spider-Man 2, right? If you're playing Spider-Man 2, you look at Kraven, you're like, he is so good. The way that Kraven was told in the story of Spider-Man 2 was flipping brilliant. Okay, I haven't finished it yet, but it was so good. I'm looking forward to seeing bits of how this ties in, because apparently this is connected somehow to all the other universes. I think this is connected to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I think we're going to get some teasers in there just to build in an audience, so I'll probably watch it just for that. But I think there'll be nothing else really special from there. The other thing I am not overly fussed about watching in the cinema is Madam Web. The trailers, the trailer to it looked really poor. It looked like it was like a CW series. It didn't have like a big budget effect to it. So
is there anything that Sydney Sweeney is not in at the moment, by the way?
Well, that's the other thing.
I'm seeing Sydney Sweeney coming in, just being in anything, just everything and anything. I'm like, Christ alive. I mean, but that's my worry about Pedro Pascal getting in. If he does get announced as being in Fantastic Four, that's my worry about Pedro Pascal. There's other actors, man. The whole world's full of actors. Why are we picking the same 4 people to be in everything?
We'll have to wait and see. I think 20 next year for superheroes, it's going to be really interesting. The other thing for us, dear listener, in terms of us going forward, we've still got Phase 5 to go through. We've got loads of projects in the MCU to still go through. We've still got to do Part 2 of Miss Marvel, which will be coming out later in January. But we've still got plenty to do. But there's one thing that we did ask. So we did ask on Instagram, what should we review outside of superheroes or outside of the MCU and DC? So we've had some suggestions. When I say some suggestions, they're all being sharp. Apart from one.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have a bit more engagement on that, guys. I'm going to be honest, but that's we're
really holding out for some content there, and well, thanks, Shah. Anyway, but we'll go for the first one. Shah has said, "I didn't read this. A porno, but for the story in brackets." We'll review that. We'll have
an admin meeting and see what that's.
Another one, really random. Hancock, which is a superhero Will Smith one.
Will Smith, yeah. I like that.
We've got Return of Oz, which is a creepy second to The Wizard of Oz. I don't know if you've seen it. It is strange. Talking about strange, going even stranger, she's also suggested Human Centipede as well. Human Centipede. Have you seen that?
I think between that and the porno, mate, I can easily skip that. I have seen bits of the Human Centipede, but I definitely didn't sit through the whole hour and a half of it. I've got to be honest.
Also, Anton Kindelov says Deadpool 3, which is part of the MCU. So we'll do that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I tell you what, we got better engagement in is the what's going to happen next to Kang. Have you got that one up?
I certainly do, my friend. So we have had Hugh 302 says recast. Obviously, they did it with Hulk, Rhodey, and Ross. So yeah, I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
But again, those three characters were not as central as Kang is. It's like I don't think it's the same thing as if something happened with Thanos. I think they would have had to have just gone, shit, we'll have to go out somewhere else in order to come back to it in the future because it's too pivotal. It's too big a character. A recast is just odd. Anyway.
Anton Kinderlove says Doctor Doom, which I think it's an opportunity, like you were just saying. I think that is part 1, part 2 of Secret Wars, isn't it? If we've got to introduce Doctor Doom, let's do it. Let's make it a 2-part movie. That's the opportunity for it. And Josephine Macy says ex-girlfriends' lives matter. So, that's the thing. Like, I feel like whatever Marvel decide to do, there's always going to be backlash. So I think it's just making sure the decision that is made is one that's right for the studio and right for us as fans. That's the thing. I just want them to reflect on what the feedback has been and how they can react to that going forward positively.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what we got. I don't know if we do any more polls out there. Did we do that? I don't know. Let me check any more polls. I think that's it. I think in terms of things that I would like for us to do, we've already said it. I think we're going to definitely, in terms of wildcard movies, we're going to look at kind of the outer universe of Marvel as well. The original Spider-Man trilogy has got to be a must in 2024. I think we need to explore The Boys at some point. Maybe just do it in one episode, Roundup Season 1, doing it that way. Because there's a new series of The Boys that's coming out as well, which obviously I'll be watching. I'm such a fan of it, so I think that'd be great for us to do. But there's so many more things for us to do, and also not even including as well in that conversation. What we will be doing is loads of interviews as well going forward. So we've got one coming out in January with Tom Crowhurst, but also beyond that point we'll be doing loads more interviews, which is really exciting. And honestly, 2004, wow, I went back in time there. 2024 is going to be a busy old year for us, but it's going to be variety led, isn't it?
We're going to go variety. And
different things.
Lots more
Smorgasbord of stuff.
Smorgasbord of don't be a hero related activity.
Lovely.
And hopefully, we'll do some more live stuff. We'll go out. We'll be hopefully in your areas doing some Comic Cons. Yeah, we're going to get out there. We want to say hello. We want to engage. And with that in mind, sorry, Matt, do drop us an email. Don't be a hero podcast @gmail.com.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I haven't said that email for a long time.
Here's
so
the
that
thing.
threw me.
We haven't done this in ages, really.
Well, no, that's true. Don't Be a Hero podcast at gmail.com. Instagram, DBAH podcast. No, that's Don't Be a Hero. We're on Instagram. We're on social media. I'm just going to have some Baileys and shut up.
It's full of a cold, also getting drunk at the same time. Loving it, mate. I'm loving the festivities. So before we go into 2024, let's reflect on this year. Forrest, mate, I've got to say this has been an incredible year. It's exceeded all expectations. To think where we were this time last year, where we did the Instagram live and I was getting drunk and drinking red wine, would not have thought we would have been to Comic-Con and done it for that whole weekend and met all those people. Having the interviews, like we had the Last Deal come on, we were talking to people in Hollywood, mate. It was mad.
Oh, wild year. And we're hopping back to Hollywood with Dan as the first podcast back. We'll be with Dan, who was Bonnie Double in Aquaman 2.
You mean Tom? Who's Dan? Dan! He went, Dan. I do you know what's really sad is I immediately went, oh my God, he's done an interview without me. Who was he interviewed in Hollywood?
I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm falling to pieces here. We got a meeting with Tom. That will be released on the 11th of on the 11th of January, and then we're going to be back.
Why the 11th of January? That's Thursday. We upload on a Wednesday, mate.
17th of January.
Yeah.
17th of January.
Oh, God.
Will be the first podcast back. Oh, by the way, actually, whilst we're talking about that, I can only also apologise. So I was in charge of uploading the episode last week, and for some reason, I uploaded Krampus episode on a Tuesday. I completely thought it was a Wednesday. So it came out and I was like, oh great, oh yeah, brilliant. And then Matt was like, I
ran with it, mate. Like a good cast member, like on stage with somebody like fluffing their lines. I ran with it. I went, you know what? Because it's the festive season, we uploaded it a whole day earlier. I went with it. I kept going, the improv.
So yeah, clearly I have absolutely nothing organised in my life right now. That my mind is all over the place.
Well, which explains why, dear listener, what we're going to do is that we're going to take a 2-week hibernation from the podcast, and we're just going to recuperate with those first 2 weeks of January, and come back on the 17th with an upload. And then what will happen is on the 24th of January, dear listener, we will do Miss Marvel Part 2 and then carry on with that MCU Phase 4 train. We're nearly at the end there. We've got Love and Thunder to do. We've got the Groot series to do as well, which actually I'm quite looking forward to watching. We've got Werewolf by Night to do, which I haven't seen. There's still loads of things to do.
We've got to rewatch She-Hulk because we did that too quickly, so you're going to have to watch that all again.
Don't you even dare suggest that. You brought that out into the universe. I can't believe you just brought that out into the universe. How dare you?
We did it once in 2022. We did it once in 2023.
Just make it a yearly thing. See if
just keep reviewing She-Hulk.
Just see if any opinions change. Just a consistent no. It's still bad.
2029. You know what? I actually thoroughly enjoyed episodes 1 to 3.
On the ninth watch, actually, I got it.
This is my show. This is a bit of me. That's it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for me. That is. But are you going to shove some highlights at the end of this episode, Matt? That's the real question.
Do you know what?
Asking for.
To finish, I mean, just because the cack of shit this whole episode's been so far, what I'm going to do as a saving grace is put a lovely little montage at the end of this podcast, just to kind of reflect from any best bits, best clips. We'll just have that in a few minute little montage at the end there, dear listener, just to reflect on the year. But also, we've got to say, and it does, we don't. I feel like we don't say it enough, but I feel like it's always it's the unheard and unsaid thing. But we do say it when we get the opportunity. Is that this whole year has only been successful because of you guys listening right now. You are listening. If you are listening right now, you have listened to almost an hour of us absolutely fucking up an episode, right? Yeah. Trying to get this right, and you are still listening, and that is, I give you huge respect, because thank you, because you are the reason we are continuing. You are the reason why we are growing as well as a podcast. It's really, really exciting, and it is down to you. So thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Do give us a rating on whatever you listen on. Give us a follow on whatever you listen on. Tell your mates, tell your families, tell everybody. Don't Be a Hero podcast. 2024. It's going to be a big year, Matt. And I can't wait to do it with you, looking at me through the screen every week, mate.
It's going to be magical, mate.
It's going to be gorgeous, mate.
Right, dear listener, have a fantastic New Year's. I hope you have a restful Christmas. I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas Day, a Boxing Day. We will see you with an interview episode with Tom Crowhurst on the 17th. And after that, we will be back, baby, on the MCU train. Have a great New Year's. Here's a little highlights of 2023. Peace out, 2023. What a year. Let's go.
Such a little thing we call the ant. It seems he has no word for can't. They'll climb. Wait, I'm not done. Which I quite like.
Infinity and beyond.
And beyond.
Oh, fucking hell. You're doing Ian McKellen becomes Buzzer. Oh, infinity.
To infinity and beyond.
And now Michael Caine as Buzz Lightyear, please.
Master Bruce. To infinity and beyond.
My new favourite game. Buzz Lightyear as a different actor is so. That is absolute. Could you do Keira Knightley as Buzz Lightyear, please?
To infinity and beyond. I'm sorry, I've lost it now.
How do you pronounce the word that tells you whether it's a comedy or would be a thriller, or you used the word earlier? How did you pronounce it?
Genre.
Wow. Say it one more time.
Genre. Why am I saying it wrong?
No. I think I've said it wrong my whole life.
What have you?
I say genre.
Oh, you didn't. No, you're doing it the posh way.
Am I?
Yeah.
Genre.
Genre, like some sort of like European, like genre.
Oh,
I go to the Cannes Film Festival. Genre, you know. But there were moments when the Comic-Con day ends and we get back on the tube. We're a busy tube. Oh, then the Beast Forest comes out. And then we get a different side of Forest. Oh, mate, it's too hot in here. I've got to get out of here, mate. We've got to make a decision. Where are we going, Matt? Where are we going to eat, Matt?
I would you are shoved me under a lot of buses here, Matt, boy. You are.
Sorry, that is my tumble dryer.
Your tumble dryer just got very, very aggressive and vocal then, mate.
It got vocal there. That's for sure.
I've fucking been drying these clothes for 4 hours, Matt. I've been drying these clothes for 4 hours. They're warm. They're warm, Matt. Matt, I'm over here, mate. They're still warming up for you. Don't worry.
That is Forrest's drama school trained tumble dryer performance. Everybody there.
We suddenly get 1-star reviews. You are held responsible.
Great
for
podcast, but this Matt absolutely slated my Mercedes, so he can get fucked.
Oh, bloody Malcolm the Mercedes, I'm fucking furious. How fucking dare you, boy? I can't believe it. I had such a whale of a time with Don't Be a Hero podcast, and fucking Matt's let the team down by fucking disappointing Mercedes. Can't bloody believe it.
Oh God, Monty, have you heard this episode, Monty? Oh, don't listen to it.
The sheer anger from
Because if you drive a Mercedes, you're probably called Monty.
Monty.